what's your sense of how well placed would Indian businesses or capital markets be for the course of this decade on the back of what has happened in the recent past or for the entire history?
So we are phenomenally optimistic about the opportunity that India as a whole will see in the next 10, 15 years. I think a look at the foundation is very strong. Today, we are the number six country as far as the GDP is concerned in the world. And there is no reason that in the next 10 years, we should not be amongst the top three. Corporate India, again, robust balance sheets, very, very confident. They have gone through the grind in the last 6, 8 years, including debt, etc. Everything is behind them. Systems, processes, all. So corporate India is expected to do very well. Look at the government, the kind of reforms that they have unleashed over the last 6, 10 years. So we should see the benefit of that also flowing in. So to answer your question, are we optimistic about the next 10, 15 years? Yes. Can the GDP grow at, say, nominal GDP grow at 10 to 12% compounded for the next 10 years? Definitely. Yes, there are some challenges. As we are a large country with 140 crores as our population. So the glass half full, glass half empty story will always continue. But I believe that the chances of we being the leaders in terms of GDP growth in the amongst the global countries is very, very high. So very optimistic. India's 75th Independence Day celebrations, and I believe the next 25 years. Today we are what, a $3 trillion economy. There is no reason that we should not be, say, close to 13 to $15 trillion economy when we celebrate 100 years of India celebrations.
Inshallah. Who knows? We may talk then again.
Absolutely, certainly.
Yeah, most
Look
certainly. I
forward.
like that optimism.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, Nirav, from a perspective, so I mean, one part of how I mean the standing aspect of the last 2 years has been that while foreigners have quite deserted India, so to say, at least in the last 12 months, the Indian inflows have been robust. I personally am very happy because I always used to lament that why is it that the premier institutions are owned by foreigners and not by India? But let's face it, for the growth to happen, outside capital is a must. Thus far, in the minds of every global investor, twin deficit country, in the event of a global issue, go out and short. Currency takes a toll, markets take a toll. Are there things at the margin or otherwise that over a period of 3 to 5 years can change that? Be it FISC, be it the CAD, and be it the outlook that foreigners have towards India.
So first of all, let's put this in perspective that when you look at the large outflows that have happened, that is also because India is one of the best performing markets. So you sell what you can sell. No, I'm saying if the market is around 20%, your view changes about selling. So you have to keep that in perspective. That is one of the major reasons. Secondly, I completely agree that we are a twin deficit countries. We are an unusual run in DXY, right? You've rarely seen a 13% move in 16 months. And it could be for a variety of reasons. Largely, it is Euro and Japan, but then it's a collateral damage. So you have to face that. Uh, Thirdly, I think it's important that to me, this is a very big thing that you notice that for the first time, Indians have been able to absorb this massive selling that has happened, which means that when I reevaluate the country, right, my risk premium should go down. Right, but the moment I say that I can sell and I can send billions of dollars without impacting the market, that reinforces the view in terms of the depth of the market. So I think these are very challenging factors. So that is your first part of the question. Your second part of the question is that, which is very interesting. I don't know what can happen in 3, 4 years, but I think if you take a 10-year view, so I just read yesterday, it's very interesting. If you look at the last 30 years, right, India's actual oil production is down in absolute terms, right? You're producing about some 10%, you are producing about 9% of requirements. Your absolute volume of oil imports has gone up by 20 times.
Yeah.
Right. And we've been saved by software. Right. Now, when I try and see what can happen in the next 10, 15 years, we are talking about the fact that there'll be electrification. We only don't know the pace of adoption. We know it's going to happen. Right. And that is a major anchor, right, on my. So I think in next 10, 15 years, you look at a, you can actually see yourself to be a current account surplus economy. It's very difficult to think right now. But as Bill Gates says that, you overestimate the rate of change in the near term, underestimate the rate of change in the long term. I'm very bullish, like KK says, on next 10, 15 years. Probably the best decade we'll have in a long time because of the macro and micro falling in place.